Why did I give Mario and Luigi Brothership?
I mean, it's alright, like...
I went back and forward with my opinions on this game. This game did have its moments, but as a whole lacked the polish I would expect from a Mario RPG, and was unnecessarily dragged out to keep Nintendo fans busy during the Switch 2 drought. The Mario RPGs have always brushed aside captivating stories, and instead focused all their writing prowess on entertaining dialogues.
Spectacular spaghetti! The red sauce sea is party!
For me, this is the strongest mushroom in the Mario RPG suitcase. The writing in this game feels like it was written by fans of Mario RPG trying to emulate the quirky humour of old, but unfortunately not meeting the level required. If you did care about the story, here's an oversimplification. There's a big tree which connects all the islands together, but somehow they've all been blown apart. So it sounds like a job for some good old Italian muscle.
You were only supposed to blow the bloody doors up.
Everything in this game has an electrical theme, which I both love and hate. The islands are all wired together. You collect plugs as abilities, and there's an evil team made up of Eggs, Ten, and Shun. Get it? Extension. My favourite outlet of this theme though is Connie, who is trying to nurse the electrical tree back to life. She's a botanist. Unlike other games in the series, this game feels like it was written and designed with a younger audience in mind. But at least they're not trying to make fart jokes or anything. The game has a tendency to over-explain everything, as if you were watching an episode of Dora the Explorer. You would come to a conclusion and then have to sit through 10 minutes of AI-written dialogue about bonding for Luigi to then do a long animation to catch up with the player and arrive at the same conclusion.
Oh.
The conclusion is... You're an idiot, and Nintendo have rinsed you 50 quid. Soon to be going up. Sorry, that's a little too real. Let's talk about something that I liked about the games, and that's the animation. Whilst the overall presentation looks like a mobile game, especially the UI, the animations in this game really impressed me, particularly the Mario and Luigi ones. And the developers knew they were good because they kept reusing them at every opportunity, although I would never get tired of this level up animation. It's a work of art. I was also impressed with the diversity in this game. Diversity in enemies, as although you have a limited moveset, the enemies have different attack patterns which kept things fresh. Diversity in setting, there's many different themed islands you have to travel between on your journey, and many locals you have to converse with to progress, and diversity in genre. No, the game doesn't switch to an FPS halfway through, but you go from being a detective solving mysteries to then playing hide and seek with kids. The game has some fun ideas, but my biggest problem with the game is the pacing, and this comes in two parts. Firstly, the story pacing. The game wraps up within 30 hours, and you head off to face the final boss. The mission is titled something like, "This is it." Spoilers, it's not. You get overpowered and have to run away. You then return 5 hours later for the game's mission to be time to end it all, when it should have been time to run away for a second time. These fake-outs didn't progress the story any further, instead quite the opposite, as the game had picked up in the second half with the arrival of Bowser. Excitement was building towards an underwhelming boss and then several fetch quest missions to give the game another 10 needless hours. The second part of the pacing issues is due to how slow the game operates. The game doesn't really have a fast forward option and explains everything in painful detail. It recaps after every island, we watch characters walk to locations, load times can be long, with missions that require you to talk to one character on an island and then load back to the main hub. The game felt like it was in slow motion at times. There was also a lot of cutscenes to accompany this, but I didn't mind these as they were pretty to look at and they built on the story. I thought I would have more to say about this game after 40 hours, but I think I'm just a bit exhausted from it. From all the slow dialogue and repetition, I'm glad that Nintendo is still fueling the Mario & Luigi franchise, and I'm glad I experienced this. I just wish it had been made with a bit more precision and less filling. If you're looking for an original Mario RPG on the Switch, try the Origami King, then maybe give this a go. Now I hope the next game Nintendo releases isn't an excessively long one.